The drama surrounding Sophie Cunningham and the Indiana Fever didn't just erupt during a heated game. It reached a boiling point in the aftermath, when one moment of silent resilience echoed louder than 1,000 whistles. On a night marred by controversy, dirty fouls, and a glaring absence of justice from the officials, Sophie Cunningham didn't yell, didn't retaliate, didn't flinch. She smiled. She laughed. And then, she broke her silence, with 6 words that cut through the noise and reminded everyone exactly who she is: "I stick up for my teammates." It wasn't just a quote, it was a battle cry, wrapped in a whisper. The Fever were supposed to roll through this one, riding a euphoric high after crushing 3 of the league's top contenders, including a bruising statement win over the Las Vegas Aces. They looked like a team reborn. They were finally playing Fever basketball, smart, tough, and relentless. Caitlin Clark was sidelined, still nursing that groin injury that's haunted her all season, but even without their floor general, Indiana had found its groove. The numbers backed them. ESPN had them as overwhelming favorites. Vegas gave them a 6.5-point edge. The Los Angeles Sparks were floundering, barely holding on to 5 wins, down players, low on momentum, and still trying to figure out their identity. By all accounts, this game was supposed to be a tune-up. Another West on the road to something bigger. But basketball doesn't care about expectations. And neither, apparently, did the officiating crew. The Fever started strong, held a 6-point lead with just under 5 minutes left, and were up 4 with under 2 minutes to go. And then, everything unraveled. Shot after shot fell short. Missed free throws, sloppy turnovers, and worst of all, blatant non-calls and whistles that felt timed to suffocate momentum. The final score, 89-87. Indiana's 3-game winning streak snapped by the worst team in the league, again. But what truly made this loss sting wasn't just the missed opportunities. It was the physicality, the kind that crosses a line, and the silence from the refs when that line was obliterated. The defining moment came during a scramble for a loose ball. Sophie Cunningham dove in, as she always does. Fearless, full tilt, no hesitation. Julie Van Loo, the Sparks guard, reached in too, but not for the ball. She grabbed Cunningham around the neck. Right there, on live television, in full view of the officials. The whistle didn't blow. The play was ruled a jump ball. And Sophie, she got up. She smiled. She laughed. But don't mistake that smile for forgiveness. It was defiance. The kind of expression you give when you know justice won't come from a whistle but from your response. After the game, the outrage began to swirl. Fans were furious. Analysts questioned how the league could allow such a dangerous play to go unpunished. Even coach Stephanie White, known for her calm demeanor, couldn't hide her frustration. Her voice low, firm, unwavering, she said, "We didn't get the calls." Those 4 words echoed like an indictment of everything that unfolded. The officiating wasn't just inconsistent, it was negligent. In the second half alone, Indiana watched clean defensive plays reviewed to death while egregious contact went completely ignored. Sydney Colson's perfect block? Originally called a foul until a painfully long review reversed it. Aaliyah Boston's flawless positioning in the paint? Called for her 3rd foul on phantom contact. And when Lexi Hull got elbowed by Kelsey Plum and then stepped over like it was WWE, the officials stared blankly into the distance. The Fever weren't just playing against the Sparks. They were wrestling with the weight of a system that refused to protect them. This wasn't just about one game. The pattern had been there all season long. Caitlin Clark has taken more hits than any rookie in recent memory, and almost none of them get called. Aaliyah Boston, the reigning Rookie of the Year and current MVP contender, is constantly whistled for contact that stars on other teams seem immune to. Indiana's physical presence is met with fouls. Their opponent's rough play is met with silence. And through it all, Sophie Cunningham is the one who never stops swinging, figuratively, if not literally. Her role on this team goes far beyond stat sheets or shooting percentages. She's the one who gets in the muck. The one who absorbs contact. The one who stands up when someone goes down. That mentality, that grit, is why players target her. It's why opposing teams try to provoke her. They know she's the Fever's emotional anchor. Take out Sophie, and you shake the entire foundation. But Sophie doesn't get shaken. Not by cheap shots. Not by bad officiating. not by being grabbed around the neck and thrown to the ground. Because when she finally broke her silence, it wasn't to vent or rage or blame. It was to remind everyone who she is and why she plays, "I stick up for my teammates." It's a line that should be engraved on the walls of every Fever locker room from here on out. It's not just a quote, it's a mission statement. Sophie Cunningham is the heart of this team. Not just because of her toughness, but because of her unshakable loyalty. She knows the battles will come. She doesn't shy away. She leans in. And this game, this chaos-filled, whistle-swallowed mess, proved why she's so essential. Caitlin Clark's absence was felt in the drop in pace, the missing passes to Aaliyah Boston in the paint, the lack of floor spacing. Clark is the engine that drives this team's offense, and without her, Indiana looked disjointed. But they still had chances. Aaliyah Boston played like the all-star she is, 23 points, 12 rebounds, drawing contact, finishing through it, doing everything short of officiating the game herself. Kelsey Mitchell added 19 points and veteran leadership in her 251st game with the franchise, now second only to Tamika Catchings. Natasha Howard dropped 21 on just 11 shots and grabbed 9 boards, pushing past 2,000 career rebounds. The core showed up. The heart was there. The fight never left. But in the end, all their effort couldn't overcome a night rigged by chaos. The Fever shot themselves in the foot with missed free throws, 7 in total, and gave up 10 turnovers. But that's basketball. That happens. What shouldn't happen are missed calls when players are being grabbed by the neck. What shouldn't happen is seeing Lexi Hull stepped over like she doesn't belong on the court, while referees keep their whistles tucked away. Sophie Cunningham didn't ask to be a lightning rod. But she became one because this team needs a spark that doesn't fade when things get hard. When Dana Bonner walked away from the team, Sophie stepped in. When Clark went down, she stepped up. When the officiating got out of hand, she kept her composure. And when asked to explain herself, she chose 6 words: quiet but powerful, calm but commanding. "I stick up for my teammates." This is the soul of Indiana basketball right now. Not the flash. Not the stardom. But the grit, the heart, the resilience that Sophie brings every night. When Caitlin Clark returns, which could be as soon as their next game, the Fever will be welcoming her back to a team that's been through the fire and come out forged stronger. They may have lost this game, but they gained something more valuable, proof that their identity runs deeper than any one player. Sophie Cunningham made sure of that. And as long as she's suiting up, no one on the Fever walks onto that court alone. If you believe the league needs to protect its players better, if you believe Sophie Cunningham represents what the WNBA should stand for, if you believe this Indiana Fever team is building something bigger than one bad night, then let us know in the comments. Type "Spicy Sophie" below, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you never miss another moment like this. We'll see you next time.